Alexis Fisher for the Vice Chair for Fiscal Affairs position. Alexis, you have the floor.
Yes, good afternoon, all. My name is Alexis Fisher, and I'm a senior at Hunter College, majoring in political science and human rights, with minors in Chinese language and literature and Asian American studies. In my professional work, I work in the realm of corporate social responsibility, political economy, social ethics, and rights based business practices with shareholders in different financial institutions. And as a proud CUNY student of the People's University, I truly know the power of CUNY. I love CUNY because of its students. We're diverse, multifaceted, and hail from regions around the world and New York City. USS can honor this diversity by building a broader leadership coalition. My theory of change is energized by the importance of amplifying student voices at every stage of the decision-making process. It was because of CUNY that I had the opportunity to travel to Nepal, Oman, the United Arab Emirates, Taiwan, and Hong Kong in just 3 years of my academic career. CUNY has sent me to more places around the world than I could have dreamed of and is constantly opening the door for me and other students. And as a lead organizer with the Student Farm Worker Alliance, I work closely with Indigenous, Black, and Brown migrant farm workers all over the East Coast. And we organize for better working conditions in the agricultural fields where our food comes from. And this is where I first learned the power of how to effectively speak truth to power. And as a second generation Chinese American and passionate advocate for justice, I know that budgets and fiscal considerations play a central role in creating opportunities for sustainable change. As an overarching student representation body for all 500,000 students across 25 campuses, it's essential that the USS budget adequately reflects the priorities of our students. And if elected the Vice Chair of Fiscal Affairs, I would work collaboratively with the USS steering and plenary to follow this principle. I look forward to working closely with the entirety of the University Student Senate to pave a way forward to a more equitable and fair higher education system in New York City. As CUNY's highest student governance body, USS can serve as the hub of ideas and innovative solutions to enhancing the CUNY student experience. In addition to monitoring my fiscal duties with precise, detail-oriented attention, I'm excited to usher in a paradigm shift here at CUNY in my role as a leader and to be the voice for CUNY students everywhere. I hope to have open conversations on progressive policies that will help foster an inclusive and cultural shift that I've already started to work towards. For instance, at Hunter College, my home campus, I'm spearheading a team to make sure that our college administration acknowledges the indigenous Lenni Lenape land that Hunter College is built on. And in doing this, we will be able to open up the larger conversations about our history as an institution. Justice, solidarity, and advocacy is not just a slogan for me. It is a practice. And whether analyzing a budget, delegating tasks to a committee, or serving as a liaison between elected officials, administration, and students, those three words, justice, solidarity, and advocacy, are woven deeply into my values. In the wake of COVID-19, we as students are left in a moment where we can choose to take our slice of the world and make it a little better than it was before, to fight for a world that is both kinder and more progressive. And this pandemic has created financial burdens and other overwhelming challenges that CUNY and we as USS must address. To do this, we must focus on first generation, low income, undocumented, and LGBTQ plus students. My vision is rooted in a deep commitment to that transformative power of solidarity, as mentioned before, and through this, USS CUNY can help create a better environment that protects and honors progressive values so that CUNY will be a better place for all of us. And with CUNY students being disproportionately and adversely impacted to COVID-19, I will relentlessly work to advocate for financial resources and relief as we continue to navigate this pandemic. As the Vice Chair for Fiscal Affairs, I will focus on protecting the student activity fee as I have as the Senate Chair at Hunter College. And as Senate Chair, I also have experience with working with our Financial Commissioner on issues of budgeting, financial records, and club budgeting allocations. Further, I'm familiar with the New York City Council processes firsthand from my work around food security and farm workers' rights, as I mentioned earlier. And along with my team, I brought a resolution to the floor that's actually currently tabled in the City Council Labor Committee with over 20, or actually just 20, City Council sponsors. So navigating the bureaucracy of the City Council was a formative experience for me, and it has given me the skills to best understand how to advocate for us as students. And lastly, this past summer, I worked closely with the current Vice Chair of Fiscal Affairs on the CUNY COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund to make sure that CUNY students were supported throughout the pandemic. I read through over 400 applications to make sure that students were allocated funds. And it's important that we center students' needs, and this is something that I'm committed to. And on this note, I am passionate that emergency grants are continued and that scholarships are expanded. And moreover, I'm even more passionate about protecting that environment and see this as an important vision to take a strong stance on CUNY divesting from carbon dividends. So on Hunter's campus, I also have worked on such issues around climate change and with our student government. And I hope too that we can cut
Thank you, Alexis.
and rename Hunter West building. So thank you. I'm
Thank you,
passionate
Alexis.
about quality. Okay, thank you.